Good morning, everyone. It is May 3rd, 2019. Some months back, I'm not sure how many, I think 2 or 3, I did a video about the fear-mongering surrounding Ebola. I went over the what it would take for it to become a concern for us, the criteria. In this video, I talked about how the population there in the Congo is too poor to be able to get on a commercial flight. And that's true. I said that in order for Ebola to be a viable threat to the United States, the people in the United States, some billionaire or some other type of organization like the UN, UNESCO, the Catholic Church. It would take one of these organizations intentionally bringing infected people into our country. And since then, these criteria have been met. Ebola outbreak in Congo hits record for confirmed cases in a single day. I'm going to go over this here, and then I'm going to show you exactly what to expect. The Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and you know why I say that, I say it like that, has reached a grim milestone, with 27 new cases confirmed in a single day, a record for the current outbreak. CNN, of all people, or organizations, reports that the outbreak, which is the second deadliest in history, has proven difficult to bring under control because of community mistrust and violent attacks on healthcare workers. Let me stop right there for a moment. It's not as if this mistrust has not been earned, as they have been using spiked vaccines for years in Africa to slow the population growth there down, and it has failed miserably. The World Health Organization said 27 new confirmed cases had been reported on Sunday, the most in a single day since the outbreak started August last year. Similarly, 126 new cases had been reported in the week ending April 28th, the highest weekly total since Ebola took hold in the country. In quotes, the increase in the number of new Ebola cases in the Congo remains deeply concerning, WHO said in its latest situation report. According to the latest figures from the DRC Health Ministry, the total number of confirmed cases is 1,414 and 66 probable ones. In total, 970 people have died since the outbreak began, while 412 people have been cured. WHO said that sporadic violence by armed militias, limited healthcare resources, and difficult to access locations meant this outbreak is taking place in one of the most challenging circumstances ever confronted by the WHO. The WHO is not recommending travel restrictions. I'm going to say that again. The WHO is not recommending travel restrictions and says that while there is no vaccine against Ebola, simple hygiene practices such as thorough hand washing can help prevent the spread of the disease. Okay. Now, recently, there have been people quarantined down there at the southern border from the Congo, and they are suspected to have Ebola, which was one of the criteria that I outlined. I said the only way Ebola is a threat to us is if a malicious billionaire or other organizations helped the individuals from the Ebola-stricken areas get over here, and they have. Okay, so now Ebola is on this continent, all right, which changes everything. It changes everything. Every criteria I outlined has been met. And it is, just like I said, they had a lot of help getting here. I'm trying to find, okay, right here. Pope joins Soros in funding immigrant caravan invasion of U.S. southern border. This comes from Zero Hedge. Now, the Pope has donated $500,000 to help the Central American migrants stranded in Mexico as they try to reach America. The thing about that is it's not only Central American migrants now. It is people from the Congo and other African nations. These individuals were mixed in with the Central American migrants, which considerably raises the risk of Ebola spreading on the North American continent. It really does increase that risk. And thanks to the Pope here, among others, George Soros, the United Nations, Ebola is now on our continent. So we do have rich people. I shouldn't have said billionaire, because it won't take a billionaire to do this. Somebody with enough money to be able to pay for airline tickets and other travel arrangements for these people is all that is needed. And sometimes it takes the better part of a month before symptoms are evident. For the longest time now, alternative news media and mainstream media alike have been using this topic as a method of getting people's views. And the reason I did my last video about it was to show that a certain criteria had to be met before Ebola became a threat to our country. And these criteria, once again, they've been met. The money is from church collections from around the world and is intended to help 75,000 people who arrived in Mexico to find passage to America. 75,000 people. RT reports that the Catholic Church's Peter's Pence Fund said in a statement that aid to migrants by governments and private individuals has dropped as global media coverage of the crisis decreased. In quotes, all these people were stranded, unable to enter the United States without a home or livelihood, Peter Pence said. The Catholic Church hosts thousands of them in hotels within the diocese or religious congregations, providing basic necessities from housing to clothing. Many have interpreted this move as retaliation after Trump cut all aid to Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador last month, accusing the Central American countries of not doing a thing for us. And I can't really argue with that. So now there is people actively trying to help individuals from the Congo specifically to get here to North America. These people have been quarantined because they were suspected to have Ebola. Now, the Pope and George Soros are not the only ones who are involved with this. The United Nations is also down there, and they're trying to help these people get here. I'm not real fond of Dave Hodges of the Common Sense Show. His slogan is "Freeing America's slave minds freeing America one slave mind at a time." The problem is he too is a slave to right-wing ideology. However, he does have some good sources, and these sources are saying this is about medical martial law, which will only be and then will be expanded to total martial law. Is it true? All the evidence points to that direction. All of it. Unfortunately, I was right about the criteria, and unfortunately, this criteria has been met. So now, Ebola is a threat to all of us. And it's all thanks to people like George Soros and the Pope and the individuals that run the United Nations, and so on and so forth. It is an intentional attack, a bio attack against America, specifically the American people. So, you may want to have an escape plan made up just in case this thing takes hold here. It will be very easy for Ebola to spread in Mexico and the United States and Canada. Very easy, and we all know what that means. Anyway, I thought I'd share these things with you. I hope you all have a good day. Remember, kill the state before the state kills you.